Welcome to Motivational Monday with Brittany Watson, where I provide motivation, inspiration, and encouragement for your everyday life. Today, I want to talk about managing your relationships. Each of us have relationships that are important to us every day. You have your relationship with your parent, with your children, relationships with your friends, with your family, with your coworkers. These are all relationships. And no matter how bad and how tough you think you are, you need your relationships. There's a reason why solitary confinement in prison is considered to be a harsh punishment because we need each other. We need interactions and we need these relationships. And so I've learned over the years that if I need relationships, it's very important for me to learn how to manage these relationships and learn how to nourish these relationships and make sure these relationships continue to grow. Because without these relationships, I am not who I need to be. I am not me. I need that interaction and I need those relationships. They're important to me. And so there are a few things that come to mind when it comes to managing relationships. One of those things is being able to apologize, being able to recognize when you messed up, when you made a mistake, when you fell short, and then going to the next step and going to that person and apologizing, admitting you were wrong, and saying, I'm sorry, will you forgive me? Or I apologize. You know, sometimes things happen and we offend others, and it's unintentional. Nobody sets out unless you're a crazy person, sets out with the intentions of offending somebody. Nobody hardly says, I'm going to make everybody that I come in contact with mad today. I'm pissing everybody off. Not a lot of people say that. I don't doubt it, but not a lot of people say that. So that means that sometimes somebody may offend you or you may offend somebody unintentionally. And being able to apologize and say, I'm sorry, is important when you want that relationship to grow and you want that relationship to continue on. But oftentimes, the relationship will sever because two parties are too proud to apologize. Each party has fallen short. Each party has made a mistake. They're both victims and they're both the problem causer. They're both at fault. And without one person stepping up and apologizing, the relationship will sever over pride. You know, I have found out that sometimes when I'm talking to my friends, I'm talking to my family members, somebody will say, why do I have to be the one to always apologize? And I've understood that it's not about why do you always have to be the one. It's about you getting to be the one to apologize. That is, woo, isn't that something? Look at it, looking at that situation differently, you being able to get to be the one to apologize first. Because oftentimes I found out that when I'm the one that says, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, or I'm sorry, forgive me, that other person oftentimes comes around and says, you know what, I'm sorry too. And that relationship continues to grow and it continues on, all because I was the one that got to apologize first. And this lesson was taught to me by my husband. And I've said before that I just don't brag on him enough. He was the one that taught me this lesson. So I learned it firsthand. When we first got together, that was when I was at my most stubborn, my most proud. Oh, baby, I thought I was something. I had a red two-door Infiniti G35 with a sunroof. Oh, I thought I was what that was. And getting with him, I wanted him to know that I don't need no man. I'm independent. I'm making money. I'm good. And I was so tough. Mr. Watson changed all of that. He broke all that down, changed it, and I absolutely love it. There will be times where we would get into an argument, and of course, now I don't have no clue what it's about. And this is before we got married. We would get into an argument, and whatever go off, and one of us would leave, and My husband, he was the one that would call me and say, I'm sorry. And the first time he did that, I was so taken aback. I was like, what? And he was the one. He said, I'm so sorry. And he was recapping the situation. I did this wrong. I did this wrong. And it was all about what he did wrong. And he was apologizing to me. When somebody apologizes to you, and I mean a sincere apology, it will make you pause. It will make you sit down and think. And so as he's telling me what he did wrong, I'm thinking of everything I did wrong. What did I do to escalate this argument? What did I do? And I'll instantly, I'm sorry too, baby. Please forgive me. Let me turn on around and come on back to the house and let's finish talking about this. I'm sorry, but I'm so thankful for that, because that was when I was at my most stubborn, and I was the one that was saying, I'm not apologizing first. I didn't do anything wrong. It was all on him. It was his fault. He did it. He said this. He did that. He didn't do this. And he needs to know and he needs to understand. Well, thankfully, my husband was the one that was able to come around quicker. And so I found that it would be arguments where I know for a fact he's wrong. He would be the one to apologize. There were times where I was the one that was wrong. I was the one that started it or set it off or whatever, ignited that fuse. And he would still be the one to apologize. And when he was that one to apologize, when I knew I was wrong and I was the most wrong, that was it for me. The next time we got into it, I was quick. Hey, baby, I'm sorry. It was me and I apologize. And he says, like, I was just about to call you. And we both start laughing because we were racing to see who could be the one to apologize first. Isn't that a crazy concept? Now it's a race on who can apologize first. And that instantly broke me down, and I am quick to apologize. And now over the years, after being together 7 years, married 5 years, our arguments, and that it doesn't even escalate to that point where we need to drive off or need to separate. It doesn't get there anymore. Our arguments are resolved quickly. And now we gotten to the point to where we're thoroughly discussing the argument logically and with a cool head. It's absolutely crazy. We still have times where it gets a little loud, but those times are, definitely fewer and, a little further in between. But that's the first-hand account on me learning the lesson about it's better to be the one to apologize first. So if anyone out there has ever said, why do I always gotta be the one to apologize? Change that to, why shouldn't I be the one that always gets to apologize first? Start doing that in your relationships, and you will see them grow, you will see them flourish, and you will see less broken relationships. You will have and experience less broken relationships. I hope you guys enjoyed today. I definitely did. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for your time. This is a reminder to always be humble and always be kind. See you guys next time.